Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
This is James Elder, Freifeld TV, in association with Macklin's Gym. I'm at your call today. Just bumped into trainer Don Charles. Firstly, how are you, Don, mate?
I'm very well. You know what I always said to you, how are you?
I'm alright, I've got to say, we had this conversation as well. Everything's going well, I'm alive.
I haven't seen you for a long time, but you know, what you guys have, I must commend you because I haven't seen you for a while. What you and your business partner, Coogan, what you guys have achieved, I'm very delighted. You know why? Because I know the work you guys put in. Yeah, I know the work, so it's paying dividends. So I'm really, really glad for you.
Appreciate that, Don. Let's talk a little bit about the fight you had on the show today, Jordan Joseph. What can you tell me about Jordan?
Jordan Cool Hand Joseph. Jordan just is a 21-year-old. He just turned 21. Basically, this kid turned professional with only 6 amateur fights behind him. Right? His father was an ex-boxer, Joe Gregory. Okay. His father, I'm old school, but his father is older school. Yeah, he was raised in a pro gym. The amateur scene the system didn't suit him. You know, he always had a pro style because he grew up in a pro gym. Yeah, from the age of 6, he's been hanging around in pro gyms, and he picked up all the pro habits. So as an amateur, it didn't really serve him well. So he had only 6 amateur fights, and he realized that wasn't going to be for him, but he wanted to box. So his father turned him over at the age of 18. Yeah, which I was totally against it at the time. I said to him, why? You know, let him go through the system. He has to conform. But his father insisted that he boxed as a pro. And although I was against it initially, I got involved because I've known the kid since he was 6 years old, and we've nurtured him. And now I'm so proud of him because he's 6, and today was the 6th professional fight he's had. And basically, did you see the fight?
I didn't.
You didn't see it?
I arrived a bit later.
Okay, no problem. It's almost becoming an exhibition match when he fights. He fights like somebody who's been fighting for the last 30 years. All right, he's very comfortable in that ring. Anyway, he got the win, and I'm really proud of him for what he's doing, considering he only had 6 amateur fights.
I want to talk a little bit about one of your fighters, Ian Lewison. We've seen the fight has been made with DILLIAN WHYTE for Scotland. Massive fight for Ian Lewison. Both him and DILLIAN being from Brixton as well. No doubt there's some past sort of words been exchanged between them.
Well, from my understanding, I believe the fight in principle, you know when you're going to buy a house, when the mortgage company, you've filled all the forms in and you've discussed it, and in principle, they always send you, it's been agreed in principle. Yeah, so I think certain dots have to be crossed and signed, then we can officially say, yeah. Right now, from my understanding, it's been agreed in principle.
What have you made of DILLIAN WHYTE's last opponents, notably Dave Allen? We saw that fight on Sky. What do you take away from that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know, he got his win, and he showed a lot of in terms of his boxing ability. He exhibited that he can also box. He's a very good boxer. He's got a good variety of punches that he's developing, you know. And yeah, I was very impressed with it. You know, people want to see knockouts. Of course, people want to see knockouts. Yeah. And Dave Allen, let me tell you something. That kid, it was no mug. That kid, he came to fight. Yeah. Obviously, it was a big occasion for Dave Allen. And again, I've had a fighter who the lack of fighting on big stages. People don't realize, you know, when you fight on a big stage, there's a certain thing that it brings that you have to get used to. So I think, and at times it appeared that the big occasion, the big stage may have affected Dave Allen. I'm not taking nothing away from DILLIAN WHYTE. He did what he had to do. He showed me personally as a coach looking at him, he showed me a lot of new things that he's adding to his game.
We've seen obviously a lot of talk about the potential Derek Chisora fight with DILLIAN. Do you think Ian Lewison can upstage that talk? Do you think he's the man to come in and sort of upset the apple cart?
You know, yeah. I mean, look, obviously there's going to be some, my comments might be biased in a way, but I'll speak the truth, I always speak the truth. The truth is that I think they've made a mistake. in assuming that Dillian White will be successful against Ian Lewison. I don't believe he will, because Ian Lewison's been around for a long time. You've only got to go and look at his amateur pedigree, his record as an amateur. Okay, he's under the radar in the sense that the general public don't know who he is because he hasn't really been very active. He has never really actually been promoted. And so people don't actually know him and what he can do. But those who do know, in the know-how, those in the inner people of boxing know who Ian Lewison is and know what he capabilities, what he has. He's a world-class operator, but yet to prove it, obviously. So yeah, it's quite. If that fight is made, I think they've made a mistake. The other side.
Ian Lewison's coming off the back of a very good win, winning the WBC Asia Pacific title in China. What makes him want to fight for a British title, having had that ranking, if you like, that world ranking?
Yeah.
What's the reason, the logic behind that?
The reason being, come on, man, we're from England in the sense that that's the most prestigious belt in the world, and the great late Muhammad Ali wanted to purchase that belt and it wasn't for sale. They wouldn't sell it to him. That's how prestigious it is. So when you get an opportunity to fight for that belt, the Lonsdale belt, come on, man. No matter what ranking you have, everybody, you're not, and also the British public will not really take to you unless you've held that belt or contested for that belt.
Can you see the press conference being quite interesting, to say the least, between Ian Lewison and Dillian White? Do you think there'll be a spark there?
Listen, I'm the trainer. I would gladly pay to sit and watch the press conference, because and I know. Come on, man. He's gonna listen. The press conference. I will pay to watch the press conference, and also pay double to watch the fight, because it's gonna be a very exciting fight.
Big. Obviously tonight we've got Liam Smith defending his WBO world title against SAUL CANELO ALVAREZ in Dallas. If I can ask you, Don, how do you see that fight playing out tonight?
Well, you know what? The same way, I must have been the only person. Call me, I don't drink alcohol, so I'm always sober. I predicted that Kell Brook, people are writing this kid off, and nothing taken away from Golovkin. The geezer's got hammer in both hands. Yes, he has, but he was taken to school in the sense that what Kell was playing ping pong with his head. All these people saying, but he can take the punch. You know what? He hasn't been hit right yet. Trust me on it. I'm a coach. He has not been hit right. I don't care how hard your head is. You shouldn't be taking punches in the way he was taking punches. Kell Brook was playing ping pong with his head. That's what appeared to work from where I was standing.
How do you see Liam Smith getting on there?
Again, I will never write a guy. Listen, his trainer is the best trainer in this country right now, Joe Callagher, right? And Joe, they know exactly what they're going in, and they'll be very prepared. I'm never one to say, because of, no disrespecting Canelo, because Canelo is one of exceptional, one of my favorite fighters present in the world right now. But hunger does great things to human beings, and I think people call it an upset. I wouldn't be upset, because I expect him to win. That's why it won't be an upset to me. And can I quickly give a quick shout out to Anthony Yardy with Tunde Ajayi, my colleagues. They're out there, they're on that bill, and they're fine. They're going to do that kid. Watch out for him, Anthony Yardy.
The Beast is going to announce himself to America.
Absolutely.
On that note, thank you very much, Don Charles.
It's a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.